Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It occurred to me today that I have not done a proper channel introduction for my car. I've done a couple videos recently or in the past of me driving the car, some exhaust clips, things like that, but never have I done just like a chat with you guys and just kind of talking about the car, what it is, when I got it, modifications, and things like that. So today we're gonna go ahead and get into that, and I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to take this channel to the top. Let's go, baby. Yeah, so let's go ahead and chat about the car. All right, so here we have my 2020 Subaru WRX STI. I got this car back in February of 2020. So I've had it for a little bit, roughly 14,000 miles on it. Really just all highway and just city driving. It is a blast to drive. I will say that. It's definitely my favorite daily driver that I've had. And we'll talk about more cars that I've had in the past. We'll get in that later in this video, so stick around. It does have the short throw shifter package that comes from Subaru with an OEM upgrade, as well as the Recaro seat package. And then in the back I have the carbon fiber trunk trim. I got the car in the dark gray metallic. That actually wasn't my first option or first choice that I wanted, but not a big deal. It has grown on me quite a bit. I really do like it. It does show dirt quite often, so it is a challenge to keep clean, especially when you are in Ohio and it rains and snows. But other than that, I do really like it. But another thing I don't quite like, and maybe will change eventually, are these wheels. Well, let me rephrase that. I do like the wheels. I just don't like the color that they went with. It's just not my style. So we will, well, I hope we'll eventually change those out. Get something different. I do need to get some winter tires or maybe all season. We'll see. I don't know. It is by far my most favorite car that I've ever driven. It is an experience to get into. It makes me happy just when I got to go to the grocery store. I'm excited to hop in and go. So some modifications that I have done to the STI. Some of you have seen in my previous videos, I do have the AWE track edition exhaust. That's been on the car for quite some time, honestly. I think I put it on the car around 5,000 miles or so. So I've used it quite a bit. It does sound incredible. I plan on doing more in-depth videos with that so you guys can really get the different tones and a feel for what it sounds like. And I'll talk about just my thoughts and opinions on the exhaust itself, but we will do that eventually. On top of the exhaust, we have some pair and wheel spacers. I believe they are the 20 millimeter spacers. I'll put a picture on the screen, a better picture. I know you can't see them in there. But yeah, so wheel spacers and then the catback exhaust. Those are the only mods that I have done. I think it would be cool. I really do think the car would be great at stage 3 or somewhere at that level. I think it would just have quite a bit more power at that point and be really fun to drive. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great right now. And I mean, it's plenty of power. You don't need that much power. But I think, you know, you just get used to it after a while, and it's nice to get a bump in power. You know, but yeah, I think going stage 3 with the car would be really cool. But that's probably a long ways down the road. But yeah, that's the STI. That's my daily driver. It's a fantastic drive experience. I love getting into it. Like I said, the short throw shifter is great. It's really crisp. I do maybe want to get the Cartboy kit that they have out there. Just to get it a little bit notchier, a little bit shorter, I think. Yeah, so like I mentioned, the STI wasn't my first Subaru. I've actually recently been in another Subaru. I had a 2017 WRX, which was a blast to drive. It was actually the car that I learned how to drive manual in. So fun fact. But yeah, so I learned how to drive manual not that long ago, honestly. So I'm still learning, still, you know, perfecting it. So if you see driving videos and I screw up or whatever, you know, don't get on me too hard. But yeah, so the WRX was lightly modded. It was a full stage 2, if you will. It had R400 catback, NVIDIA downpipe, intake, access port, you know, just like that. I was running the OTS, the Cobb OTS stage 2 map, and it was fine. It was fun to drive. Had all those intake sounds, and the R400 exhaust sounded really well. I did end up getting rid of the car and got into the STI. So also just to talk a little bit about other cars that I've driven, just to give you like a history of, or just like a little bit of about me. I actually started out in the Mitsubishi world. I had a 09 Eclipse GS, which was, you know, a fun car. Well, it was automatic, 2.4 liter Maybach, nothing crazy. So yeah, it was as fun as it could be. And I actually did do quite a bit of modding to that car. It had exhaust manifold, intake, axle back exhaust. It had suspension work done to it. So like it was actually had pulleys too. So it was actually a pretty fun car. A little bit quicker than a stock one, obviously, but it was still automatic. It was yeah, it just it could have been way better. I still do prefer the 97 to 99 body styles and models. So after the Eclipse, I had a Mitsubishi Lancer Rally Art. And if you're unfamiliar with what that trim is, they're actually somewhat rare, if you will. It's basically a step down from the Evo. It's still a Lancer, but it's all-wheel drive. It's turbo, a smaller turbo. It comes with the SST transmission, so you had paddle shifters, and that was a pretty fun car. It wasn't the easiest to mod in the sense that everything required a tune. You couldn't do really anything without a tune, but that's with most cars anyway, so not that big of a deal. But the aftermarket support just wasn't there, I felt, for that car. You could upgrade to like stock Evo parts, so you could do that, but I did do some mods to that car. It was just a Ultimate Racing catback exhaust and some wheels and some lowering springs, so it was a cool car. It was fun to drive. I did actually want an Evo at the time, but just couldn't make it happen, so that's what I had at the time, and then I jumped into the Subaru WRX, and now I'm here. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. If you stuck around to the end, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And make sure you subscribe because there's going to be more videos on this car and the YFZ. I haven't forgotten about that thing. And actually, we may go riding here very soon, so stick around for more. See you on the next one.